Here's a start to finish view of the ePortfolio process once all your folders are complete. When complete, you should have a personnel process folder that contains your CV, 2018 CV, my initials, your executive summary, 2018 exec sum, my initials, and the letter from your department chair, 2018 chair's letter, my initials, plus the documentation folders. I want to just show you a couple of things. In teaching documentation, you'll have your student evaluations, the year, the semester, student evals, your initials. All the student evaluations from this semester are in a single PDF file called 2018 Spring Student Eval Initials. Similar files for each semester. Peer evaluations have a similar naming convention. The year and semester when the observation occurred, peer eval, your initials. In scholarship, I'll just show you a couple of examples here. Again, all files start with the year, then the title of the publication, and then something about the status if it's unusual. So my 2018 article has been submitted, but not published yet. The others are published. Similarly, for grants, I can indicate the status of the grant in the name of the file. So you can see that the 2015 NIH grant was awarded. The 2016 grant to the National Science Foundation was not funded. And the 2018 grant to the National Science Foundation is under review. Okay, so I've got all my folders. Now what I'm going to do is move to that top level folder. So here they all are. They're all inside this top folder, and I'm going to compress it. I'm using a Mac, so I right click and go to compress. On a PC, you would go to send to compressed folder or compressed file. So here's the folder I want to upload. Now let's come over to the right side of the screen and log into the ePortfolio system. Use the ID and password that you use for your computer or to log into mynYIT.edu. Once you've logged in, you've got a couple of steps. You're going to upload your content, create a page, put your content on the page. So we'll start by going to Content, Files, and now I can either choose a file by clicking this button, Choose Files, and browsing my computer, or I can simply drag the file onto this box. It's been uploaded. So now here's my zip file. I need to decompress it. So this particular icon that looks like a little zipper, I click on that. And now the system is telling me everything that it will unpack. Say decompress. And once that bar is solid green, you're all done. So let's take a look. Here's the personnel process folders that were uploaded today, 2018, 09-23, September 23rd, 2018. To avoid confusion, I'm going to delete this old set of folders. I don't need them anymore. Now let's go make a page to display everything. So you go to Portfolio, and you're going to copy a page from the templates. Here's the template 2018-19 Personnel Portfolio. If I click the name, I'll get a preview. In order to make a copy, I click on this icon over on the right. And I'm going to replace the word template with my first and last name. Put the name of your department into the box, scroll down, and save. So here's my portfolio page. Now I have to link all of my content. These first 4 spaces are holding spots for the review process. I need to start here at Executive Summary and add everything below. So if you remember, I have 3 files and 5 folders. So I'll start with the 3 files. First, Executive Summary. I click on the gear icon and I get a slide over window to show me my content area. Click on Files, and now I can go down into the files. Have to go 2 levels deep. And if I've forgotten what it is I'm looking for, I can always come back up here to the green box, Executive Summary. So here's my Executive Summary. In order to link it to the page, it is important to click on the checkbox on the right. Then scroll down, click Save, and here's my file linked to the page. I'm going to do the same thing with the curriculum vitae. Click the gear icon, go into the files, find the CV, click on the checkbox, scroll down, and click Save. Now the CV is linked. There's one more file, the letter from the department chair, farther down on the page. Click the gear, click Files, go down into the files, find the letter from the department chair, click the checkbox, scroll down, and save. Now we need to attach folders. I'm not applying for tenure this year, so I can get rid of the holding place for external reviews. So over on the right, I'm going to click on this red trash can, confirm, great. Now let's link the folders. Personnel action letters, click on the gear. Now I'm only going to see folders. So I go into the system. Here's the personnel action letter folder. Again, click the checkbox on the right and save. And you can see that all of my documents have populated the portfolio page. Teaching documentation is next. Go into the folders, 2 layers. Here's teaching documentation. If I want to make sure, I can look at the green bar on the top to confirm this is teaching documentation. Click the checkbox on the right, save. Do the same thing with scholarship documentation. Click the checkbox, save, and service documentation. And save. I did not have any additional documentation, so I'm just going to get rid of that little block there. Now my page is ready. Here's what it looks like. And if I click on any of these, I'll see all my materials are inside. So let's go back to the main page. Let's go back to portfolio. I need to submit the portfolio. So I'm going to come back to the portfolio in edit mode by clicking the pencil. And over towards the top left, there's a link, Share Page. In order to share the page, I need to do 2 things. First, come over to Advanced Options and make sure that Allow Copying is set to On. Close up those advanced options. Now I have to share the page. I'm going to search for a user by typing the word personnel into the search box and selecting Personnel Portfolios. Click Save, and I'm all done. I can tell I'm done because here's the portfolio, 2018-19, shared with Personnel Portfolios, copying is allowed. Now, it looks like a couple years ago, I submitted another portfolio. I don't want any confusion. So in this old page, I'm going to go into Sharing. Just delete that access by clicking the trash can. Now, the only page that Personnel Portfolios will see is the current Personnel Portfolio.